Okay. Pretty much just want to give a recap and a breakdown of the trade that I took today on Nvda, right? So my thesis, my game plan, how I built my game plan, my thesis around it, my entries and exits, and so on. And I'll make sure to include my live trade at the end of this video. So, right, as we see, like I've said, in my pre-market video yesterday, what do we have here that's forming on Nvda, right? A channel, which is expected. Now, this hold on the weekly is a very big hold, right? We got to break, retest, and buyers are defending this, right? Hopefully we can hold above it. So coming into today, right, there were two things that I was looking for. I was looking for a pullback long off this weekly 184.50 or a break, retest, and continuation to the upside off this 188.15, right? That was the game plan coming into today. Now, I ended up going long off this 188.15 for a couple of reasons, right? There was a lot of confluences that I liked here. And if today wasn't a day before FOMC, right, this really had a lot of room to the upside. As you can see here, there's nothing in its way to the upside, right? You could really have looked, which I was looking to scale here and then all-time highs and so on, right? But today, overall market was just a heavy pullback type of day. It's the day before FOMC, so not really surprised. But the confluences that I liked here was one, we were outside of this channel, right? That's number one. We broke outside of this channel. Also, we were above, right? Previous day high. So what does that mean? Right? Price broke outside of the previous day high, which means price is more likely to continue higher. And we broke outside of this range, right? This is a good shot because this is a big RR trade, right? This is a high probability setup. As of today, just wasn't the best market conditions, and right, that's expected day before FOMC. Now, let's zoom in here on the 2 minute, right? If you correlate Nvidia with the overall market today, you will see that it held up very, very well. Today was a good hold up on Nvidia. It had divergence, markets pulling back, SPYs pulling back, the Qs, and Nvidia is holding up, right? So what do I notice, right? I'm following my game plan. I get a good break, good displacement. We pull back. Now, I need a deeper pullback if I'm risking off of this key level here, right? Candle close is under my mini zone, right? So if I enter a trade here, right, I'm risking down here pretty much, right? That's a big RR, right? That's a lot of risk for me. So the deeper the pullback, the better, because why? The tighter our risk off our levels. Now, now I'm sure you guys are starting to follow the pattern and see it in real time, right? This is something that I always say. I'm going to continue to say it. One of my favorite pullback long or short setups is when we pull back to a key level. We fail that key level and we reclaim it with momentum, right? And that's exactly what happened, right? Patience pays. So when we pulled back, right? I didn't chase any of this. This is just all noise. When we pull back, right? What is this, right? This is shorts getting squeezed out of their positions, fueling this move to the upside. Lo and behold, as we get this reclaim and momentum kicks in, I ended up going long here, right? And this was a decent trade, right? I sat in this, really good momentum push, and the contracts barely moved, unfortunately, but right, that's expected. The day prior to FOMC, that's expected, right? Volume and option premiums, they typically die out the day before FOMC, right? That's expected. So I took my shot here. Once I saw that contracts weren't moving and the overall market was tanking very heavy, I made sure to sell majority into that momentum push, and then my runner stopped me out for break even. I believe that there's no such thing as a perfect entry or a perfect sell. But I'm very happy where I entered this trade and where I got out, because as soon as I did, as you can see, we tanked to the downside. But I also want to show you, right, the power of, these higher time frame key levels and how well they're respected. Look at the break, right? The break, retest under this, and then a flush to the downside, right? So if you're a trader who likes to also trade reversals, right, that was a really big shot if you took that. So right, I planned my trade, I traded my plan, which was really just a break and retest above this 188.15. Reason I liked it, like I said, this was a big RR trade, right? There's nothing in its way in Nvidia, right, to the upside if we get continuation, right? But you got to know conditions, market conditions, and today was just the day prior to FOMC, just weren't those conditions. Now, going to TradeZilla, as you can see here, I ended up getting into this trade, an hour after market open, right at 7:32. Market for me opens at 6:30 a.m. Here in Los Angeles. So ended up going long, and I had a really good momentum push. You'll see that in the trading video at the end. and those contracts were not moving, unfortunately. So once I got a little bit above 5%, I scaled 90% of my position, and then I sold the other 10% on break even on the rest of my trade. So hope this helps. Really just my entries, my exits, how I built my thesis around this trade, why I took it, and so on. So yeah, enjoy the live trade. Giving this a shot. I like the reclaim here. Nice. Nice. Really good shot here. I want to see what we end up doing. It's a good shot. I like it. Market's bouncing. Really good shot here. Really good shot. Contracts aren't really moving that well, which I'm not surprised. So if we can like scale out at once I hit like 5%, I'll try and scale out here. One more pop. There we go. I'm gonna let my runners take me out for break even. I'm only in 10. We'll see what happens. I want to see if we can gravitate towards this high day. It's holding up fairly well. They're just getting bought up very nice. Overall market's having like a very big bounce. This looks really good. Looks good. Solid. That was nice.